Hey, my name is Martin Hawk. Thanks for joining the People group. This is my crash course on how to get the most value out of this community and just give you a sense of where things are. Make sure that you can get as much out of it as soon as possible. We do monthly onboardings for all new members. Anybody's welcome to join. If you wanted to find out how to get there, you would go to resources, member HQ, which will take you here. You can click on events, and there's all the events that we hold. The next event that's happening is going to be the new member onboarding. It shows you all the other events that we do as well. So we've got a fireside chat coming up. But if you're ever just needing some more support above and beyond this video, just feel free to join this, and you and me and a bunch of other new TPPG members will get together, talk about where to find things and how to make the most of the community. So I'm going to start with Slack. Slack is where all the day-to-day conversations live. If you think of the People group in a virtual sense of things, there's really only like 3 or 4 places where things live. Slack is the main place where all the announcements go, and that lives in the announcements channel. So if you click on here, you'll be taken to a channel where you won't be able to post necessarily, but you'll be able to reply to posts that come from myself, Tim, or any of the other ambassadors. And so this is the best way to stay up to date on like key announcements for the community. That's where this is like the main area where anything of importance for community members will go. It is the only channel where only myself and a few other people are able to post, whereas everywhere else, everybody's able to post without any challenges whatsoever. So you're just scrolling up through here, you can see that we're posting, events, updates, surveys, questions, anything of importance will be in here. Now, if you're a new grad, you can go to the new grad channel. There's a new peeps channel. If you're new, and most likely you are, you're going to want to introduce yourself. You can scroll through how other people have introduced themselves. Folks sometimes don't necessarily update their profile picture as of yet. I'd recommend doing that. It's not too difficult. You can just find yourself, click on the link here, and then click edit, update your profile photo, put your full name, add the company you're with, or you can just put a little line that says like currently looking. There's an example of the format here. That's our recommendation. It just makes the community a warmer place and makes it easier for people to feel comfortable. And just, if you're answering a question and there's a profile picture in the company you're at, it gives the person context as to like where this answer is coming from contextually. Are you a large company, a smaller company, a company I've never heard of? It's just helpful to know. Sort of like a name tag at a in-person event. In terms of questions, so if you ever have a question on something about the People group, you can put that in here. Got a ton of folks here just asking questions. You're sort of like the help center, or like in the bottom right corner of any website where that chat bubble pops up. You can just pop in here and ask any questions. Our 2 most popular channels are general HR and general recruiting. So if you got HR questions, throw them in here. If you got recruiting questions, you can chuck them in here. One thing to note is we've kind of organized them in terms of numeric, just to kind of make things a little bit more organized because it sorts alphabetically. So one other channel is the candidates channel. So in this channel, you can just post either your own resume or your own LinkedIn profile and say, hey, I'm currently looking. This is what I'm looking for. Again, scroll up and down through the chat just to see how other people are doing it. What the channel's used for mostly is when people have a great candidate, a person in their network is looking, and they're sharing their profile with the broader community. So thousands of people have gotten hired through this channel over the last, since 2016, 2017. And it's just a great resource, especially if you're a recruiter or if you're an HR person with recruiting responsibilities. We've got a channel called Jobs General, and that is for jobs, and they have a standard format seen up in here. There's also channel guides here for each of the channels just to help you understand what the channel is for specifically. But there is a specific format. You kind of copy paste the format and you're in good shape. But basically this channel is for all jobs that aren't related to people ops folks. So if you're hiring for a role that isn't people ops related, you could post it in here and see if you get any luck. We've also got the Jobs People Ops channel, which is obviously more focused on people ops, HR, recruitment, and operations positions. Post in here. You'll get some replies sometimes. You'll get some emojis. This is a great place to post roles if you're hiring for your company. Beyond that, we've got more channels. We've got share promotional. So if you want to promote something of yourselves, this community is very much of a sort of give before you take kind of community. So if you plan on sharing something, make sure you've answered somebody else's questions first. Try to add value to the community before you seek to gain value from it. That's kind of the mantra, and it's part of the application process as well. Share resources is very much that. Hey, I found this cool thing for HR or recruitment. I want to share it with the community. You just pop it in here, and folks will get access to it. Sometimes people are looking for resources in particular. Narveen over here has asked some information on facilitation courses. It's also a great place to ask those types of questions. We've got some fun channels here. Music, pets. We've got the break rooms, probably our most the equivalent of the random channel in your company Slack if you don't have Slack. Basically, it's just sort of the catch-all. It's unrelated to anything in HR. We've got some trivia that goes on in here on a regular basis. So it's just an interesting place to pop into if you're bored, you want to kind of scroll through something and just take a break from work kind of deal. And a group for parents, and all of these channels here are open to anyone within the community. And then if you scroll down, or you won't be able to see it, but you can click on the right hand bar here on channels, and you'll notice some channels are locked. So the ones with these locked channels, that means that there are limited to TPPG Plus members, and so you'd need to get the TPPG Plus membership in order to get that. So you can find that information over here. You can just message myself and ask me about it. And I'll walk you through it. But basically, we have channels open for geography. So if you're in Alberta, you might as well join the Alberta channel. Some of these are automated, and then some of the newer ones for us, like Europe, South America, USA, Dubai, Australia, Africa, those ones are more just manual. So I try to add people to those channels when I notice that new applicants have joined and they are from those regions. But there's a lot. So if you've got employee bases in these markets, that's a good place to ask regionally specific questions. And then going from there, those are all the open channels. There's a share events channel that we didn't cover, but basically if you're going to an event or hosting an event, you can post those in here. Beyond that, some of the more themed channels. So we've got an AI channel, DEI, employee experience, employer branding, leadership, learning and development, payroll benefits, people analytics. We just did an AMA with our benefits partner in this channel last week, which was great. People analytics, tools, wellness, all of these channels are very specific. We've also got a channel that is specific for just every month. It pairs people up, sort of like Donut, and you get to meet a new person from the community. I just had a call this morning, actually, and I met an awesome person from the community that hadn't had a chance to connect with. So that's another channel in there. So that's Slack. A few other things. I told you about the profile picture. I told you about your name. That's an important thing to keep in mind. One other thing you can do is go to your preferences, and under notifications, I think there's two things. One, a lot of notifications, you set your notifications here. I would say start off with what's good for you in terms of default, but if you're finding you're getting a lot of pings, you can change your notifications in two ways. One, through clicking here and here and just changing your notification settings here. You can also click on the specific channel. So let's say you want to be in tune with all the events. Click here and you can just change the settings for all. So you can get it only when people mention me. I don't want to get notifications for this channel at all, or you can mute it. And you can also get notifications for all channels. So anytime there's an event posted, you can get all those. So just make sure that you're curating your notifications in a good way. Probably takes about 5 minutes at the beginning, but it pays off in the long term. Another way to get information on the community in a way that's helpful to you, as you notice, there's a lot of these like badges, right, that let you know that somebody's messaged you. I've got messages from a bunch of members I haven't gotten back to yet. I get a lot every day, but if, for example, you wanted to be notified of a particular keyword, you can go here to your notification preferences and then show a badge for anything here. And so what you can do basically is just enter in words. So like if my name gets mentioned but they don't tag me, I like getting notifications for that. We've got some of our partners here notified so that I can just keep an eye on what's going on. And I use this as an example. So any words, if you're trying to learn about something or keep an eye on something going on, a lot of people put on notifications for the word COVID or the pandemic, so they could get notifications for things from that perspective. That is Slack. So hopefully this is a good crash course for Slack. Now there's a whole other section to the people group, which is HQ. Now HQ, if you think about it, there's no day-to-day conversations. It isn't a place where people are messaging each other each day. This is sort of like the place where either great information is stored for the long term. Think of it as sort of like a library or a collection of information that is either timely in the sense that like there's upcoming events, or it's just great information and we're just storing it here for you. So anything with a plus here indicates that it's part of the premium membership that I mentioned earlier. Anything without it means anyone has access to it. So I'm going to start from the top here. Everyone has access to the events section. So right now we've got the next thing that's going on is a virtual member onboarding. You can sort them out by in-person things or virtual or all. Now looks like we didn't tag this because this is an in-person event, and you can definitely join that if you're in Toronto. So you just click into the event, you see the information, and you just follow the instructions. It'll take you to a link so that you can join the waitlist and become a part of it. Beyond that, you can see, for this onboarding session, you would just click here and you would join the live room on the time and date, and you can add this to your calendar for that particular time. So that's how you would use that. Beyond that, we've got intros. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the plus stuff. This is meant just to be like a crash course for anyone joining TPPG. If you become a TPPG Plus member, we do like a one-on-one onboarding, and I just walk you through all these things. But this basically gets you one-on-one intros on a monthly basis. This gets you mentorship. This is an AI bot that's been trained on conversations over the last 8 years, and so it's just sort of like a GPT, ChatGPT comparative AI co-pilot, but the questions you ask when you get answers are just like phenomenally better in comparison. We've got benchmark reports, and we've got all the webinars that we've done and virtual sessions that we've done that you can access and watch. And so they're, stuff on ATSs, organizational dynamics, hourly work. There's all these great courses, essentially 1 hour sessions that you can go through and check out. We've got a section for free resources, enhancing employee experience with AI. So you're able to search, and I didn't cover that earlier, but you can search any of these things here. It's helpful to do that. There's sort of like 3 ways of searching things within the community. You can also search within Slack as well, but I would say search here is probably better for like getting a quick resource, whereas this search, you're like looking for, has anybody asked a question about this particular thing within the last 90 days, basically. Beyond that, we've got a bunch of templates and policies and codes, expert playbooks, recommended resources. These are resources we've collected over the years. So if you want more resources on performance management, these are things that people have shared within the community that are linked to other places on the internet that you can kind of go through. And again, just using keyword searches is going to be an easy way for you to find these things. So we've got a bunch of different categories here. We've also got a perk section. So if you're planning on making a purchase or you need a tool or a service for anything, a lot of our partners that we're partnered with are offering discounts on their platforms for first-time users. So you can kind of scroll through here and see if any of the products, like, I would check here first if you're going to plan to buy an ATS or an HRIS, just to see what's available. A ton of like very well respected brands, some unknown ones as well, ones that we trust because we know them and we've used their products ourselves. So yeah, check them out. Beyond that, we've kicked off courses in the past. I won't go too much into that, but this platform has the ability to run and host courses, and we're going to be doing that more in the coming years. Beyond that, so that's HQ. I think there's not too much more to kind of share. We've covered Slack, we've covered HQ. I want to show a few sections of the website, and that is, so if we go back here, so we've got membership. That's pretty straightforward. You've already gone through that. Resources, HQ. If you don't know how to get back to this section of the community, just go to the thepeoplegroup.com and click on member HQ, and that'll take you there. A lot of the links that we share will just take you back there anyways, because that's kind of our hub, our headquarters, obviously. So we got courses here, perks, we've covered those. The newsletter, by joining, you've automatically become subscribed to the newsletter. We post that once a week and just kind of has like a summary of a bunch of the most interesting conversations, has a listing of jobs. And on top of that, we've got a blog and some information on HR and talent tools as well. We've got something called the People Network. Basically lets you get access to freelancers that are interested in working with other companies. We've got, almost 6,000 members as of today, and we've vetted about 200 to 300 of those members, and they all have availability to start working on projects pretty quickly. And so we pair them with companies, so you can either become one of these vetted freelancers, or you can access these freelancers through this network in as little as 48 hours. And so there's more information on this service that we provide, both members outside of the community as well as members within the community. I've got a podcast. We post a new episode once every 2 weeks or so. You can check those episodes out here. We're also on YouTube and across all the places that you would listen to a podcast on. We've got a jobs board as well. One thing to mention in terms of the jobs board is that what's different about the People Ops jobs board is jobs that are posted here won't necessarily show up here, but jobs that are posted here will show up in Slack. So it's just a good place. There's some interesting features here, like you can sign up for email notifications when new jobs are posted to this site, and you can apply directly to them as well. They're all People Ops jobs focused as well. Beyond that, let me see here. Where are we at? Jobs. Partnering with us. If you know of a company we should partner with, that's one of the ways that we drive revenue for the community to make all these awesome things possible for you. Feel free to let us know, shoot me a message, but you can also just point them to this section of the page and they sign up, and we'll get in touch with them within 24 to 48 hours. So that is the community for the most part. Hopefully this was helpful for you. I'm always available if you have questions. There's a bunch of other TPPG ambassadors that are also happy to help. So questions, I would say, direct those to the How to TPPG channel, or just send me a quick message or email me. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining. Cheers.